Hey, welcome in. Thank you guys for stopping by. Appreciate you for taking a look at my videos. My name is Sixer Fixer, and I've been on this platform now since about 2001. Never really did much with it. Made a few videos, made some like some teaser trailers for some projects that I was working on. Put some stuff up, took some stuff down, but never really put an emphasis on trying to get subscribers. I'm still really not trying to get a lot of subscribers. I just want to be able to go live at some point. So I invested in a few things, a nice microphone, camera, lighting equipment, things of that nature. So when I do stream and I do make videos like this, I can make them at a bit of a higher quality. So, at least they're entertaining, or at least they sound good. The production value should be nice. Anyway, on with the show. First book up we're going to be reviewing is actually one of my favorites. This is Johnny Quest number 5. Obviously, a lot of people know this one. It's a Dave Stevens cover. Came out in October of 1986. Goes for about $38, but I did notice something recently. Let me pull this up on my iPad really quickly. Bear with me one second. This book had a recent sale. See if I can get this to focus here for you guys. All right, right there. A near mint copy did sell for $5 on 7/28/2024, and I verified it. Basically, it was an eBay sale that ended on a Wednesday night at like a Wednesday morning, 6 a.m. So yeah, not a lot of people saw that, I guess, and it just kind of slipped by the radar. And I did look at it. It's a nice looking copy. It truly is a 9.0. It's probably like an A5 9.0, but still, $5 for this book, I would take that. Anyway, so one of my favorites. Highly recommend getting this for your PC if you don't actually have one. It's just a great, again, this is good girl art, and this is Dave Stevens, and it is one of my favorites. Back there. Next book up. Here's another one everyone should know, and if you don't, oh my gosh, this is one of the best. This is the Marvel Originville series. Kind of takes a different take on the whole origin story for a lot of the superhero characters. I don't want to give away a lot of it. If you haven't read it, read it. It's fantastic. But it also has this iconic cover, which a lot of people have homaged this one, or a lot of artists have homaged this one over the years, and I believe this one came out in 2003. Yeah, March of 2003, and it features Wolverine. So it has a little Wolverine sub-story in there. Goes for about $113 in a near mint, but you can also get this in a very fine for about $78. In lower grade conditions, you'd expect to get this for at least $50, but it's a classic. All right, next one up, another really great. This one was an example of kind of like the not so good girl art, and we're gonna go back to the good girl art. And this is another one of my favorites, Bloodstone number 1, first appearance of Elsa Bloodstone, who was featured in the Werewolf by Night one-shot series that was done on Disney Plus a few years ago. She looks different than she does from the comic book to the TV show, but it's a great book. It's a great series. There's only 4 books in the series right now. I know that they are going to be moving like some continuations. They've done other stuff with this character, but this is the original series. And what's great about any first appearance is when they feature them on the cover. So love this book. That one, oh right, information on that is December 2001, I believe. Yeah, December 2001, and I got that at Frank & Sons in the City of Industry. I got all 4 copies for $150. This one up is another. This is kind of a relatively inexpensive book. If you want to add it to your PC, you can get this one for about $11. The Virgin copy, that's going to be your expensive one. A Virgin copy can go for about $50, but this one you can get for $11. Trade paper. And yeah, Mighty Thor. I want to say this was one of the limited editions. I could be mistaken. Next book up, another one of my favorites, another classic example of good girl art. This is actually more of like a tough girl art, because she's getting thrown against the wall, but you can tell just from the response of her body and the way that it's kind of like flying back at you. She's been thrown against the wall, she's catching herself, and now she's about to come right back into the fight. Yeah, so this is X-Men Comics 168. This book retails, I mean, again, there's a lot of copies of this book. There are Canadian price variants, newsstands, regulars. So, I mean, you can get this book in this condition for, $15, $20, less condition, maybe $13. But in high grade, you can actually expect to spend a lot for this book, because this one can go, I believe, this one in a 9.8 fetches about $229. So if you find this in a 9.8 condition, This is about a $50 book in a 9.8, maybe a $60 book in like a true 9.8. So, but if you grab this and you pick one of these up and it's in a 9.8 condition and you submit it to CGC and you get the 9.8, this is like a $200 book. So you can almost triple your value instantly. Just minus, of course, the cost of the book, the processing fees, submission, all that kind of stuff. But it's a great cover. Got Kitty Pryde on there. It's first Madeline Pryor, and then the first mention of Lockheed. Believe this one came out on April Fool's Day, 1983. Yeah, April 1st. All right. Here's one, not worth a ton of money, at least not this edition, but this is the Danger Girl Dynamic Forces. This came out in 1998. This is J. Scott Campbell. Early J. Scott Campbell. I believe right after he got done doing the Gen 13. You can tell because she kind of looks like one of the characters from that. But yeah, this is known as the Chromium Bubblicious cover. It's only about a $15, $20 book right now. You can find this on eBay relatively cheap. The really expensive one is the Ruby cover, and it's got her doing a very auspicious pose. You'll see what I mean if you look up that book. But this one's a nice one to have to your collection, and like I said, about $15 you can get the Chromium edition in the 9s. Another really great book, the Supergirl number 13, kind of a controversial cover, only because of the way she's motioning towards her cat. Basically, like the way her hands are kind of oriented in relationship to her body and what she suggests. It's a very suggestive pose, but a good girl art, and a book that only runs, I want to say this one's also about like an $11 book, $11, $12, $13 book, somewhere in there. And that's just for, you know, like a near mint condition. If you find a really nice copy of one, hang on to it. But yeah, $11, you can pick these up on eBay, and they make a nice addition to your collection. And then some honorable mentions. We're just going to kind of speed through this now. This is Fantastic Four number 245. We all know this cover. First appearance of Avatar, all that good stuff. Newsstand edition. In this condition, it's about a $20 book. $15, $20 book, but you know, if it's in like the 6s, it's like a $4 or $5 book. But great cover to have to your collection. I must own like 10 of these. I buy it every time I see it, but yep. And this one, this is the Deceased Ryan Brown limited edition, New York City Comic Con. Very nice. Used to fetch a much higher price. I think these have come down a little bit. I want to say this is probably, I don't even know. I think it's like a $20 book right now, but it's still a great cover. I'm not like a huge fan of like the Deceased covers, but this one of Wonder Woman, I thought they did a pretty good job. And then we have Ghost Spider number 1. This book was hot like for a real solid minute. They made a few different variations of this cover. This one, I believe, is the Shannon Mayer cover, and the trade dress was, I believe, limited to a 3,000 run. Goes for about $10, but it was a $25 book for a while. And then my last one, this is just, you know, kind of like a fan favorite, a little personal favorite of mine, Angel and the Ape. I like good girl art, Beauty and the Beast kind of stuff. So, and then this has line art, which again, if you know me, I like Dave Stevens. Dave Stevens was a big, passionate line artist, very accomplished artist, and anything that's even reminiscent of some of the stuff that he does, I try to pick up because I just like the style. Good line art is hard to find, but Dave Stevens was the best. This is not a Dave Stevens cover. I'm actually not sure who did this cover, but yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for stopping by and listening to me ramble on about some of the books in my PC. If you have any questions, please let me know. Leave some comments down below. I am trying to hit 100 subs so I can do some live streams and some live auctions. So if you guys feel the urge to click that subscribe button, I will greatly appreciate it. All right. Thank you guys. Have a good one.